Hey guys, I'm Gamer back here for another video. Guys, today I thought it would be interesting to talk about a story of when I got banned, because it is quite the interesting story. So real fast, if you'd like to go ahead and help support the channel, you can down below hit the join button. You will be featured every single video. So starting off right away, yes guys, I got banned last year. And the reason why is not just simply a little ban, right? It's not like, oh, I got banned on one account, or, you know, I got my coins wiped, you know, a lot of those things, right? So what happening was I actually got banned on all 15 of my accounts. Now, if you're wondering why I have 15 accounts, let me go ahead and explain, okay? Innocent until proven guilty, okay? Well, I was huge into farm accounts over the last, you know, pretty much 5 or 6 Maddens. And by the way, I don't do farm accounts anymore. EA Sports, I know they watch my videos because literally got me banned. Anyway though, yeah, so I did farm accounts religiously, and I was going hardcore into farm accounts. I mean, we're talking about the fact that, first off, I didn't spend money on MUT, right? Never ever spent money on MUT. Because simply, you don't have to, especially in the older Maddens, you really didn't have to spend money. Nowadays, it gets a little bit more difficult to not spend money in MUT because of the fact that, you know, EA puts up so many different defenses where if you don't spend money, you're pretty much not going to have an opportunity at certain promos. But back in the old Madden, you know, I didn't care. I'm like, I'm not spending money. I'll grind. So what I would do is I would go ahead and we're going to go back to the, I think Madden 17. Is 17 or 18? It might have been 18. In 18, you could actually get coins. You would get actually, I think, like 500,000 coins for upgrading your squad that year. So if you went from a, you know, a 70 to 80, you would automatically get like, I don't know, 100,000 coins. And then if you went from like 80 to 90, you get even more and more and more. And it just simply went up nonstop to 500,000 coins. Well, me being me, right? And again, I really honestly could not spend money in MUT. I didn't really have the money like that anyway. And I still don't till this day, but I do spend way too much money in MUT. Not right now though, because bundle strike. Anyway though, so yeah, so I would end up going ahead and going, you can have 5 farm accounts, 4 farm accounts per console, obviously with your main, so 5 accounts total. And what I would do is I would actually go ahead and go to GameStop, buy an Xbox, go ahead and make 5 farm accounts. Because once you go ahead and make a farm account, you can actually go ahead and you can log into your main Xbox on as many accounts as possible. They just have to be created on another console. So it just has to be like if you have a friend or something that has an Xbox, you can create accounts on their console or whatever the case. Well, in the end, I want to say this because I know somebody's gonna comment down below and say this. I didn't like go out of my way. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna drive like 6 miles to get a GameStop and get an Xbox. But I would actually go ahead and actually live right next to a GameStop. So I would literally just walk over, buy the console. At the time, you know, I was actually best friends with the manager there. Kind of knew what I was doing. And I would go ahead and just get 5 accounts, return the console. Enough said. Like, there was nothing else. It's not like I damaged the console or anything. It was actually literally brand new. Like, it was a used console already, but like I returned it the exact same situation I got it from. And I would do that for, I made 15 farm accounts, and to be honest, it was quite the grind. So what I would do is I would go ahead and transfer over my whole entire team to every single farm account, right? So every single farm account I transfer my whole entire team to. That would get me around 7.5 million. And then I would go ahead and after I did that, I would transfer back to my main. So I have 7.5 million. Obviously, EA Sports put the NAT cards, where if you transfer a card or you trade a card, you actually get NAT on that said card. So you cannot actually, NA, which is non-auctionable. So you can no longer go ahead and actually sell the card. You can actually still put them in the sets and still quick sell them for training. But you can actually go ahead and At the time, it was actually coins. It wasn't even training at the time. It was coins. But you can actually go ahead and, sell that card. So I would what I would end up doing is I would take the 500,000 coins and I would think about whatever set is the most profitable set where, I could complete the set and make back coins enough where I'm not losing any coins, but I'm still, making a good amount. And usually that was team of the week sets. That usually was the sets I would go ahead and take advantage of. So what I would do is I would buy all those cards for those sets, transfer all over to my main account. And I'm talking about this is probably like 60, 70 cards I transfer over to my main account. And keep in mind, at this time, EA Sports did not have in their terms of service no farm accounts. All they said was you can't buy cards, you can't sell cards, you can't buy coins, you can't sell coins. So I was 100,000% in, 100% in legal grounds of EA Sports. So I didn't think much of it, right? And I was doing it for years, so I didn't really think much of it. Well, what ended up happening was, and then, by the way, I would also go ahead and complete all the objective lists on all my farm accounts. So I'll do all my farm accounts objective lists. And I actually went crazy. I think it was like MUT 18. It was MUT 18 or 19. I went absolutely sicko mode, and I actually grinded out level 50. It might have been like, it might have been one of the newer MUTs. It was one of the MUTs that whenever we first got levels, that's what when it was. I think that was like, my memory sucks, but I think that was like we first got levels. I believe that was MUT 19, 18, one of those. Anyway, doesn't matter exactly what MUT, but you guys understand the premise. So yeah, so I would go ahead and complete all the objective lists, solo challenges, and I was making crazy coins. I mean, we're talking about by like 10 million coins easily 10 million coins. And then whenever they would come out with new stuff, I would just grind those out, transfer over to my main, no issue at all. I know some people have issues with farm accounts. Some people do not like farm accounts. Some people really could care less about farm accounts. My personal opinion is, obviously now they added into the terms of service as it's bannable offense, but at the time when I was doing farm accounts, I don't really see much issue with it. I never did. You gotta think, there's someone out there who's probably spending $7,000 on Madden. So when they say like, oh, it gives you competitive advantage, not really. What I'm doing actually is grinding the game even harder so I don't have to spend money, and I'm not really doing anything less than someone who's just swiping a credit card and spending $7,000 on the game to do the exact same concept that I'm doing. The only difference is I'm spending a crap ton of time versus, somebody who might spend a crap ton of money. So it's the same concept in sense. I know some people hate farm accounts. Some people don't care about farm accounts. Me personally, again, because they got banned, whatever. So going back to the story, so I think, I don't know what Madden was, but there was a time where they actually went ahead and did a mass banning spree. And I remember at that time, I'm like, okay, well, they're probably just banning people for coins. So that's not really a big deal. So at the time, I just got the brand new Tim Tebow. And I think it was like a 90 overall or something. He was a brand new campus hero, Tim Tebow. I just got him, and I was like, all right, let me transfer him to my main account. And it was like 6 a.m., right? So I was grinding the game all night long. And it ended up being that the game like glitches and kicks me out. Now, it kicked me out to the main menu, and I'm like, okay, well, that's not a big deal at all. Like, I can just go back in. So I went back in, went to transfer my card, didn't think much of it, and then next second I know, Madden crashes. And I'm like, oh, this is a really bad timing. I mean, I just got the brand new Tim Tebow, and now Madden crashes. I was about to make a video on it too. I remember I was so excited. I was like, I made a video on this Tim Tebow, about to go ahead and show him off. This is awesome. And I go back in, and my main account got banned. And I'm like, what? And it says like, you've been kicked out of whatever. I was like, not my main account, my main farm account got banned. The one I was transferring over Tim Tebow and all, and that one got banned. So I was like, all right, this sucks. So I actually lost Tim Tebow. I lost all the cards on that account. Now, it wasn't all like too big of a deal. Don't get me wrong, Tim Tebow at the time was like 300,000 coins, so I was kind of ticked off. But I was like, I still have my main account with my main squad, and I still have, obviously, all my other accounts. So I'm not too upset, even though, yes, it's kind of annoying. I'll get over it, whatever. Well, the next day, it was like clockwork, because at that time, that was when they sent out the first mass ban. And what I didn't realize was at that time, they actually just added no farm accounts to the terms of the policy. So they just add no farm accounts they do not tell anybody. They don't say to anybody. They don't give anybody information. They don't put a tweet out on it. They don't do anything. They say radio silent about the fact that they just added this to the terms of service. So I'm like, at first I was like, okay, well, that's my main farm account. Again, I was still kind of ticked off because at the time, again, keep in mind there was no term of service that says farm accounts. So the message I got was I was distributing coins, and I'll tell you right now, I've never bought coins in my life. So I was like, hold up, well that's kind of doesn't make sense. So I went ahead and contacted EA customer service, right? And, I was like, hey, listen, I got banned and I'm not sure why I got banned because I never bought coins in my life. And, according to your EA term service, everything should be good. Well, I got contacted back because at that time it was like, I think it was like 2 days for them to contact you back. It was like something ridiculous. Like you didn't get a response right away. And it makes sense because everyone was getting banned. They probably were all contacting EA Sports saying, hey, listen, what happened? Well, anytime, anyway, so... And those 2 days, every single day, it was like clockwork. I'd get another account banned. Another account. And it got to a point where all I had left was my main account. And I remember the same day that they messaged me back, my main account got banned. They messaged me back and I was like, hey, they're like, oh, there was no error on our part. You were using farm accounts, and that's strictly against our terms of service. And I realized at the time, they just added that no farm accounts to the terms of service. So pretty much, I was the guinea pig of them adding. I was the direct problem, or I got the direct consequences for them adding a new policy to their own game that they didn't inform me about. They didn't give me, by the way, they gave me no warning either. Not a lot of times, but there were some times where, well, they don't do it anymore, I don't think, but they used to give you like a warning for buying coins, that you buy coins like, hey, listen, by the way, this is not you getting banned, but if you do this again, you're going to get banned. So they used to do that. Well, they didn't do that at all. So I guess they was trying to prove a statement like, hey, listen, we just added this to our new policy. And for anyone who does it, we're not going to tell you about it, but you're going to get banned. And so, yeah, I got all 15 of my accounts banned. I ended up switching to PlayStation and playing PlayStation every day. And I never used a farm account since, and I've never bought or sold coins since. And I haven't gotten banned, maybe. I think I got banned on one account. I got banned on one account last year, but that was just apparently a glitch that they had happen, and I got unbanned like the next day. But guys, that's when I went ahead and got banned, and I lost probably a total of like 15 million coins, which was quite annoying. But at the same time, it's whatever. That's old Madden. I expect that. At this point, with how Madden is now, I expect any day for me to wake up and my account to be banned. I kind of expect that. I really just am not surprised if any day I wake up and I just get banned randomly. So, with that being said, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. And what is your best banned story? Love to hear it. See you guys next one. Peace out.